Hi subscribers and viewers of OWUUBII channel, welcome back to this wonderful channel. In this video we are going to talk about UniFi Standard Switch, which is a fanless and a silent cooling kind of a switch. Under this switch we have about 4 categories of it. We have the standard 48 PoE, standard 24 PoE, standard 16 PoE, standard 48, and then we have standard 24. So please stay tuned whilst we go into details about this particular switch. Thank you. As we can see on this screen, you can notice that this particular switch actually supports PoE like the previous ones we spoke about, and it comes with about 24 port PoE. It also has a 48 port PoE as well, and it comprises of various features, which let's talk about it as well. Now, in terms of the user experience, this device can typically be deployed within or under 10 minutes when the necessary racks and those devices which are supposed to be mounted on are ready. Then you can actually install it within 10 minutes. It supports a PoE, and it supports a PoE plus type, and the PoE availability is up to 195 watts of power. In terms of performance, the switching capacity of this particular switch is up to 104 gigabits per second. It supports RJ45 port with speeds of up to 1 gig per second, and it supports SFP port speeds of up to 1 gig per second as well. So this switch also supports SFP port as well. Now when we jump onto the special features, it supports layer 2 switching type. Okay, unlike the previous ones which support layer 3, this one supports only layer 2, so it is in a way limited. The cooling type it supports is fanless and silent, which means there is no fan embedded in this particular switch, but the components built into it is able to cool this switch, and because it doesn't have any fan in it, it's mostly silent. It supports app controls and AR port management. So these are some of them which will help mostly people who wants to purchase it to be more informed before they get the device itself. Now the next features to tackle is the build features, and the build features basically talks about the physical components of this device, what you see physically. And on this device you would see a 1.3 touchscreen with AR switch management right here. It's actually a touchscreen where you can do some touches, and then whatever you want it to do will happen. And then on its interface you have this number of network ports which supports RJ45. So you have about 32 GB PoE plus RJ45 ports, and then 16 GB RJ45 ports as well. It also supports about 4 1 gigabit SFP ports. It has a reset button as well. It supports 195 watts total PoE, and then it is fanless and silent cooling. It also supports power input of a DC type. In describing the fanless and silent cooling, this is how visually it looks like. So the component which is built into it actually excretes heat from this device, and so as you can see, it doesn't have any fan in it, but this component that is built in it is able to extract heat out of this device. So that's what you're seeing on your screen. Now, the meaning of AR means augmented reality. In terms of the deployment, UniFi enabled PoE devices is capable of working with this particular UniFi switches because it is PoE enabled, and then it's also a switch as well, so you will be able to connect your computers and your access points, cameras, and etc. Sometimes it normally doesn't have to be a UniFi device, but it just needs to be PoE enabled and then supports the wattage the switch is going to supply. So basically, this is how you see it being deployed in an office space, at home, in a factory, or any other place. Now, the last thing for us to do is to compare the various models under this switch. And as I said in the introduction, we have UniFi has produced UniFi Standard Switch 48 PoE, Standard 24 PoE, Standard 16 PoE, Standard 48, and then Standard 24. So let's get some details about these models of switches. Now, the port count with regards to Standard 48 PoE is 48. You could just get the clue out of the name of the switch or the model of the switch, which is a 48 PoE switch. And then we have the Standard 24 PoE, which is a 24 port PoE switch. You have a Standard 16 PoE, which is a 16 PoE switch, and a Standard 48, which is just a standard 48 switch without PoE capabilities. And then the last one is Standard 24, which is a standard a standard switch without PoE. In terms of the download speed, all of this switch supports 1 gigabit per second download speed. The upload speed, they all support 1 gigabit upload speed as well. When it comes to the PoE output, meaning giving out power for PoE enabled devices to be powered on, from standard 48 PoE to standard 16 PoE, all supports up to PoE plus, and the PoE availability for standard PoE 48 PoE is 195 watts. Standard 24 PoE supports 95 watts, and then standard 16 PoE supports 42 watts. And so this is it with these various models of the standard UniFi switches. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please, we've come to the end of this video. If you like my video, please subscribe, share and like my video, and please don't forget to comment as well. Thank you very much. We will meet next time.